Hello, people. Welcome to a DSP video. As you guys know, DSP has been hyping up the new Patreon goal. He has been saying it's the best goal ever. It's amazing. It's the best goal he's ever made. So you're probably asking yourself, what is his goal? Well, it's basically a redemption run of sorts of the Metal Gear games. Now, for this, there's no title, because he wants to kind of talk about his financial struggles, as always. But this goal, guys, it's not like the average goal. It has a stretch goal of $2,000. But we'll get into that when we get into that. I'm going to read this first, then we got a pre-stream, and then we got forums. We're going to go to the forums, guys. I know, it's crazy. So let's start with this. Ladies and gents, I really needed your help in December 2017 due to an impending upcoming large bill of overdue taxes that I wasn't even aware of until 2 months ago. Therefore, this month I've pulled out all the stops. Doing a redemption run is pulling out all the stops, apparently. You're doing the same fucking thing. I don't understand how he's pulling out all the stops. Like, it would be more pulling out all the stops if he was gonna do Project 7 or something, but doing what he always does isn't really pulling out all the stops. Like, there's, I don't know, like if he was doing more than this, that might be something, like doing like a Metal Gear marathon, a Street Fighter 5 marathon, Scarface marathon, what else? Any other game, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Marathon or something, like doing all those marathons, doing more than one marathon or whatever, or doing more than one game or something, would be pulling out all the stops, not doing a goal that is the same goal but with a different game. So, he's just, again, he's overhyping this. He's overhyping this, and we'll get into why that's such an issue for him to overhype this fucking goal. But let's keep reading. If we hit the normal funding goal for December of 2017, it will be the Metal Gear Solid Redemption Run. Why not just say if we hit the funding goal? Okay. Patrons who pledge $5 or more will be voting on whether or not they want to see me play MGS2 or 3 from the HD collection during the month of January. My run through MGS2 and 3 were sloppy, awful, and during a time period when I didn't have any respect for the franchise. Well, he still doesn't. He still shits on the franchise. He shits on people who like the games, and it's just garbage. It's just gonna be more of that, but whatever. This time around, I will commit to attempting to learn the controls. So, okay. Gameplay, interface, and mechanics to actually beat the game in a legitimate way, rather than just flubbing my way through. This is what you have been waiting for, so go! Alright, so here's the thing about this. When you promise, I'm gonna do it the legitimate way, I'm gonna learn the mechanics and this and that, like, there's no right or wrong way to play Metal Gear. There really isn't. The only reason why people give him a lot of shit when he's playing 2 and 3 was that he didn't get the very basic course of a video game. Like, it was like he never played a video game before he played it. Like, he went against a sniper and got a shotgun. Like, even without knowing about the Metal Gear franchise, you're already saying to yourself, who the fuck would get a shotgun to fight a sniper? He didn't know how to use rations in the game. He didn't know what an M9 was. He didn't know you even had an M9 in MGS2. Like, it's just, he doesn't know how to he didn't know how to play the fucking game as a video game. It was, like, the whole thing with him and Kojima, that kind of stuff, that was kind of, like, the side things that people had an issue with. It was, like, stuff that people either had an issue with or didn't really care, but the most common, like, criticism he had that people were giving him was basically how he played the fucking games. Not really, oh, he said, fuck Kojima, man, that's really bad. What a terrible gamer. No one really cared that much about him shitting on Kojima. It was just, a lot of the shitting he did on Kojima was kind of hypocritical. So that's how much they cared about it, in my opinion, at least. Like, that's what I got from it, at least. I mean, I didn't really care that he hated Kojima, but it was just, how he just didn't play the game like a video game. He didn't understand the basics of that game at all. Like even if you strip it to its core, which is a video game. So yeah, it's just he's kind of overselling this, and again, it's overhyped. It's overhyped because he's just playing Metal Gear. Cool, okay, but like he made it sound as if he was gonna do like Project 7 or something, but instead it's this. Now, I don't know for sure, and maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember if he did Dark Souls Redemption Run as a Patreon goal. I feel like that way he did that like for free. I feel like he did that just because January was a dead month. I have a feeling he did that just for the sake of it. I don't think that was a Patreon goal. But if someone remembers, let me know, because I don't remember that being a Patreon goal. As DSP claims, by the way, he claimed that the Dark Souls Redemption one was a Patreon event, but I don't think it was. But you gotta take what I said with a grain of salt. So for 2,000, now some people might the way that Patreon works with its goals, if since he has a goal that was for 1125, right? He cannot put the second goal as 1125, or any less than that, because if he puts it less than that, he technically would already hit the goal. Like, let's say that he makes the second goal $200, right? And he has 1125 as the first goal, and then he wants to add a stretch goal that's $200. He can't put $200. He has to add 200 to the total, so it'd be 1125 plus 200. In case someone is not sure, so instead of being 1125, it would be 1225. That's how the front-facing number would look. That's what this number would look like if he added a stretch goal. So really, he added like what? It's a few bucks more. I probably like 900, whatever. Like he added $900 to the goal to get that stretch goal, and the stretch is. But wait, there's more. As a special stretch goal, if I hit this new higher funding level in December, then I will play both MGS2 and 3 in the month of January, effectively making it a full-on redemption run of the franchise. So if you want to make January MGS redemption month, get to pledging now. But if he's going to redemption run the full series, he should play MGS 1 through 5, including Peace Walker. You should do all that then, because that's the full franchise. 2 and 3 is not the full franchise, but it's terrible. This stretch goal I don't think is that good. I think the idea is fine, in the sense that you're kind of adding more to the goal. Okay, fair enough, but I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of being a $5 pledge, and there's a lot of issues with $5 pledges, and I don't know. I just think that the 2000 one it just kind of shits on the $5 reward. It would be less of an issue for me, honestly, if the voting was $1, but it's not. So there you go. There you have it. But yeah, that's the goal. He hyped this goal up a lot, and it's not worth it, to be honest. I don't think it's worth what it's for. So let's listen to the pre-stream. Now, this pre-stream also covers something kind of funny, the lady friend shenanigans. I just want to watch this part because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. So let me put on my DSP headphones and we'll listen to this.
Friend does not mean anything. It was just a different way to say girlfriend, all right?
All right.
Jesus Christ. Already people shoot that. Oh, so lady friend, so he's been friend zoned. That means she's not his girlfriend, right? Oh my god.
I like how triggered he is over that. Like he instead of just be like, guys, we're not in the friend zone or whatever. He could have found just a way to kind of just correct it or just kind of ignore it, because who fucking cares? But I like how much he cares that people think that's a friend, like, oh my god, you think I'm in the friend zone? Come on, I'm so cool. I have a girlfriend, guys. That's totally real.
What the fuck?
What the
All right?
fuck?
The
Alright.
big goal. This is pretty much the most requested Patreon goal I've ever had in the history of
Who?
me.
Like, who asked for this? Not a lot of people. Like, again, the only people I could see asking this was back when he did the Dark Souls run. Again, I think he did that for free. And he did that before he became a full-time streamer.
Doing Patreon. It was 1 year ago, ladies and gentlemen, when I announced, out of the blue, people didn't expect it, the Dark Souls Redemption Run. And the way it worked is that people pledged to Patreon to see me do this, and I did a full
I don't know.
Dark Souls.
See what I mean? Like, I don't...
Direct capture.
I honestly don't remember if he did
right?
that.
Playing it now with all the knowledge that I had accumulated
I don't
over
know.
the years.
I can't say.
The From Software games. And yes, there was some stream chat interaction as well, because guess what? I'm primarily a live streamer now. That's what live streamers do.
But he wasn't a Twitch streamer when he did that, though. This was back when he was still with Machinima. He was still with Machinima. Because, you know, the way that I remember that is he kept bitching about how he was asking Machinima all the time for updates back then. And he bragged about how Machinima had his back in, like, January, February, or whatever. And then he got laid off in, like, February, March. He was still with Machinima when he did the Dark Souls Redemption run.
They interact with their audience, right? I'm not an isolated YouTuber anymore where I pretend like I'm in a fucking isolation booth playing video games.
You were at the time.
That's not fun anymore. Now it's the new style, all right? And I did this redemption run of Dark Souls. And people liked it. Except for a few idiots.
Yeah, people liked it,
who quite literally were so salty that I'm much better at Dark Souls
much
now.
better. He ran from most of the enemies, and he just poked and cheesed it. And then he had someone on Twitter explain to him a boss or something that he didn't know was coming up just yet. And he remembered a lot from the first game, because the commentary for the Dark Souls Redemption run was literally just, I remember this, I remember this, I remember this. So, okay.
Even though I died a million times because I was trying very difficult stuff and everything in the playthrough, people were so salty that I'm not absolutely horrendous at the game anymore that they had to make up blatant lies about how every 5 seconds I was using the stream chat to tell me what to do. Stupid idiots, you know. People with fucking little limp dicks.
Getting this
so
salty over
jealous
video
that I would
games.
actually do a redemption run of a game and people would actually turn out and love it. Because it did. It was actually the redemption run, all right? The redemption run of Dark Souls last year was one of my most popular events. I say last year, even like we're in 2018 already. We're not. It was January of this year, but it was one of the most popular events I've ever done. All right.
A very popular event, guys. Really popular.
As soon as I started to do that playthrough, all right, immediately, once that happened, I got contacted by not even dozens, hundreds of people. Are you going to play Metal Gear Solid again? Phil, are you going to do Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid? Now, you may ask, well, why are people so eager for that? If you're not a longtime viewer of mine, you might not understand. All right, so allow me to explain.
Yeah, explain.
Over the years,
I hate that he says
ladies and gentlemen,
allow me to explain.
I
really hate that he says
series that basically got my go. 2 series that beat me, that bested me. All right. Those series were Dark Souls and Metal Gear Solid. Dark Souls, infamously a playthrough I played when the game was new. I didn't have a strategy guide. At that point, there weren't wikis all over the fucking internet explaining how to play the game. And it beat me and I quit. And I never played it again until later on, years later. I adopted direct capture and live streaming. Went back and kind of had a guided tour of the game. And then it wasn't until January of this year where I kind of legitimately beat the game myself.
Hold on.
It wasn't until January of this year where I kind of legitimately beat the game myself.
He said he kinda legitimately beat the game for himself. Kinda. Did he legitimately beat the game or just kinda? What? Now, I did not hear that before. But that's like, you know, subconsciously he knew he did not legitimately do a redemption run for Dark Souls. That's why he said kinda. Got him.
Right. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are games that when I first played them, I had never played them before. In fact, I never had any exposure to them. I had never seen them. I knew that they...
Guess what? When I played Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, or this the franchise for the first time, I never played the games before. You know, when you start a game, you start from somewhere.
They were games that were held in high esteem and high regard, but I didn't really know much about them, all right? I played them at first in the HD collection that released for PlayStation 3.
And 360. I think you played the 360 version.
Here I am. Now, keep in mind, this was what, 2011? This was me way back when I didn't have much respect for the games that I played. I didn't...
Well, he claims to be the common gamer. Doesn't respect any of the games he plays. And he still doesn't, by the way.
Try to play them seriously. In a lot of cases, it was me just fucking around.
Fucking around.
Okay.
Screwing around.
Being an asshole. A lot of the times not paying any attention to what was going on in the game. Not actively actually trying to learn how to play the game. Just flubbing my way through stuff. And you know, that was kind of my gimmick for a while. Is Phil is a common guy who just doesn't give a shit. And he's just dicking around with his games and not too serious about it. Then over the years, things evolved and people wanted...
Not too serious about it, but he got, like, really irate about people making fun of him playing the game. He was like, look, I played the game the best that I can. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a real gamer. He got so triggered over people making fun of his playthrough. So, yeah, he didn't take it seriously. Okay.
Wanted to see me be more serious, and I ended up getting a lot better at the games that I played. And now my playthroughs, quite honestly, in a lot of ways, are a lot more high quality. You know, there's some examples against that.
Like Need for Speed, where he tries to cheese out the AI all the time.
Need for Speed Payback, where the game just fucking sucks, and I don't care about it, and I don't want to play it in the way that they want me to do, and grind to fucking upgrade cars and do loot boxes and shit, fucking idiots. But for the most part, my gameplay today is way, way higher quality than it used to be, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the way this is going to work, let me explain. I'm going to lay the ground rules out for you. This is a two-tiered goal. And I haven't done a two-tiered or a multi-tiered goal on Patreon in a long time. The purpose of this, folks, is to raise money because right now I'm in a really bad place. By the end of January, I need to raise enough funds, okay, not only to pay off my 2017 business taxes that I'm going to owe, now that apparently I owe them, now that I know this, which I never knew before. I also am going to have to pay my tax attorney for doing all this work for me over the past couple of months and trying to sort this out with Washington State taxes. And also, I'm going to have to apparently either do a lump sum payment or start on a payment plan for back taxes that apparently I owe, which I didn't know until 2 months ago because it's all my old tax attorney's fault for being a fucking piece of shit. So that being said, I'm in a bad way financially. I want to keep my house, all right?
He wants
I don't want
to
have to sell my house and either move to a small apartment or move back across the country to Connecticut, which would completely fuck me over. It would fuck the business over. It would fuck it.
Why not move to a smaller place in Washington? Why is that such a bad thing for him? Like, he doesn't have to go to, like, the fucking ghettos of Washington, but he could find a place that's smaller than his fucking mansion. I mean, that house is way too big even for 2 people. Even for 2. Because he would share a bed, by the way, and that house is like, how many fucking rooms? Way too much. Okay.
Everything over. All right? All the hard work I've done over the years to get where I am, busting my ass. That would be giving up and basically throwing in the towel of defeat of bullshit with something that I didn't do. All right?
All right.
So, this is a major fundraising effort, make no mistake. Okay? Now, if we hit the normal goal...
That's basically how all Patreons are, and that's the thing, like, it's fine for people on Patreon to be blunt about what they want, why they want their money. To me, if you're gonna, if you need money on Patreon and you're doing it because you want to pay the bills or whatever, be fucking transparent about it. Be blunt about it. Just be like, look, this will help me pay the bills, whatever. That's fine. Like, I don't know why he's suddenly like, don't make no mistake, guys. This is to give me money to pay the bills. Like, of course. That's how a lot of people use Patreon to begin with, just so that people can support the content creator. Like, he doesn't really have to hide that. It's okay, he might be afraid to admit to begging for money, but at some point you're gonna have to be a little bit more, admitting to what you're doing with your Patreon or something. Like, if you want Patreon to be a side thing or a small part of your presence online, then it should reflect that. Like, you should, that's fine. Like, oh, well, I'm using Patreon for, if you want to get commissions, That's why I have a Patreon. Oh, if if you really want to, support me and they want to go the super duper extra mile, that's there. But I don't really rely on Patreon. That's fine. But if you're gonna use it, be the backbone of your finances, then at least fucking own it. I don't know. That's just me.
Which is the $1,125, all right, on Patreon. Really, it translates to about $1,250 for me, FYI. But because Patreon is all screwed up and everything with the public-facing number, I just leave it at $1,125. That's what it shows, even though I get more than that. I know that sounds stupid, but that's how it works. If we just hit that goal, what'll happen?
See, I don't know about that. See, the thing is that I do know that there is a difference between the front-facing number and the number that the person who created the Patreon sees. Those are two different numbers, definitely. I know that for a fact because I have my own Patreon, but I do see that there's a difference between the front-facing number. Now I don't know the value. I don't know if his percentage of what's an error for him is greater or less than mine. I don't know. Let's say someone gave me $40, and then on the front-facing number, it says $38. It's a $40 reward. I got $37 from that reward. From that $40, I got 38 because that's probably 37, 38. Because that's because of PayPal fees and Patreon fees, which is fine. I don't know necessarily the difference with his compared to mine. I don't know if it's the same or more or less, but with the reward, with the goals, on the other hand, I don't really see how he would get more money, and the goal would show less. Usually, the way that I see it, at least, would be the reward number, the gold number, might be a little bit higher than what you actually get. I feel like I don't know. I don't really. No, I can't say that much about it because, I don't have these kind of numbers that Phil has. So I can't really say.
People who pledge $5 or more during the month of December to my Patreon will be voting. Do you want to see a redemption run of Metal Gear Solid 2 or Metal Gear Solid 3?
2 kind of sucks. I don't like 2 that much.
And once the vote's over, which would probably take about a week to 2 weeks tops, I'm going to start those redemption runs.
I know a lot of people go, oh, that's a mainstream opinion for you.
So, whatever wins the poll will be a major redemption run in early January. What I'm
major redemption
run. The first week of January, we get the poll going, and within a week, it could be done, and then we could, boom, start the playthrough. Now, here is the thing, folks. Here is the thing. If we reach the stretch goal, what is the stretch goal? $2,000. Why is it so much? Because I need the money. That's why.
I need the money.
I really need the money to keep this house.
Why is it so much?
That goal,
See,
that would be
that's the thing. I don't think the amount of money he added to the goal to get 2,000 is worth what you get. Those 2 games are not worth $2,000. They're not. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. I would much rather pay $2,000 for him to play the entire series in comparison to what you get. Playing 2 games for $2,000? Okay.
Significant increased amount of funds raised to help me out with this issue right now, okay? If we hit the stretch goal during this month, I'll be playing both. You won't even need to vote. In which case, if that's the case, think about that. If we hit the stretch goal, there's no wait. As soon as January starts, I can start playing these games immediately. There wouldn't be a wait for people to vote of a week. If we hit the stretch goal, boom. January starts, I start with Metal Gear Solid 2. And I play that, and then when that's done, boom, Metal Gear Solid 3.
I don't know why. I don't know why I hate when he snaps like that. I don't know why, guys. But the main reason I wanted to pause that is because it kind of goes back to what I was trying to say earlier. The 2,000 goal kind of makes the $5 reward worthless. Because it's, okay, yeah, you get 2 games. But let's say that I'm going to use a smaller number of people, okay? If there's going to be 3 people, all right, or 2 people, whatever. One person wants to see MGS2, one person wants to see MGS3, and they don't want to see both, they just want to see one of those games. They don't want to see 2 and 3. They want to see 3 and the other guy wants to see 2. So the $2,000 stretch goal is hit. And let's say that more than a handful of people don't want him to play 2, or they don't want him to play 3, and they want him to play one of those games. then he got a lot of money to basically play both games that not a lot of people want to see. I don't know. The other thing I was gonna say, but I forgot it now, which is great. I don't remember what I was gonna say now. God damn it. Whatever, fuck it. Let's continue.
Okay.
Snort.
So there you go. There you go. I hope, folks, that we hit the goal. At least the primary goal.
Please.
I honestly hope we hit the stretch goal, because if we hit the stretch goal, it's the ideal situation. Not only am I doing redemption runs of both games that infamously I did absolutely horribly in during my first runs, right? But also, I'll be getting the money to help me out in the situation, and I'll be playing right away in early January, right?
Gee,
so
no
it's
wonder.
Like the best of all worlds.
He wants the 2001 to hit out. Jeez.
And
who would have thought
some
that?
people may not understand, and I get that. Some people, I don't understand. Why is this such a big deal? Why does Phil think this is a good goal? Well, guys, you got to realize something. At one point on YouTube, I was the bee's knees. I was the biggest gamer.
What?
Or at least known as the common gamer, and I was very white-hot popular.
Dude, I never heard of this fucking guy until This I Don't Play of MGS 2 and 3, and I knew this guy wasn't that great to begin with. He had nothing to offer. Like, sure, some people might enjoy his commentary or his gameplay videos or whatever, during that time, sure, okay, whatever, but, to me, I sat there, I was like, who fucking cares about this guy? This guy is just... Like, if it wasn't for his anger and frustration, there's really nothing to his videos. Like, watch him play MGS 2 and 3, and remove all of the anger and frustration in it, and you'll get a neutered, boring playthrough. Simple as that.
I mean, honestly, I played Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, and I didn't pay any attention to the games. Like I said, I flubbed through them, and the problem was those games have such a rabid, hardcore fucking fan base.
Okay.
The people worship fucking Hideo Kojima and think that these games are some of the best fabricated fucking video games ever made.
I like how he says, he keeps using fabricated, but that's not the meaning of the word. Fabricated means like you like it's a lie. I wanna look at definition. Invent or concoct, typically with deceitful intent. So, according to Phil, Kojima made MGS under a deceitful intention, or to construct or manufacture something, especially an industrial product, especially from prepared components. So, yeah, see synonyms for the first definition: falsify, fake, counterfeit, cook, like. He misuses words, and according to him, he was a valedictorian, and he misused the word fabricate. And again, not DSP fans, Hideo Kojima fans do not worship the ground Kojima walks on. Sure, some do. Every community, every piece of media that has a fan base has a lot of like cocksuckers. Just look at DSP's fan base. His fans will bend over backwards for Phil, and they'll eat his shit all day long and pay for him, and pay for it. Like, if DSP could literally have a Patreon goal where he says, I will sit in a chair and stare at a camera for 1 hour, and he'll hit the goal, and then his fans will rationalize why that was such a good spending of money. His fans are slaves. They're fucking. They worship the ground he steps on or sits on, I should say, because they're fucking drones. And he's insulting Kojima fans. Okay.
And the fact that I didn't pay them the due respect that they were due, right? And I was joking during the playthroughs about Kojima sucking and being a perv and stuff like that. Oh my god, that was it. People made This Is How You Don't Play video.
That's not why people made This Is How You Don't Plays. It was because you were just so phenomenally bad at the game. Like, again, like, a lot of people, like, say that they learned things about games that they never saw, like, different ways to fail. Like, in Uncharted 1, I saw him play Uncharted 1, This Is How You Don't Play of it, and I did not know Elena could die in one of the moments of the game. I did not know that could happen. And he found a way for that to happen.
videos. They made slanderous videos about me, negative comments up the wazoo. This literally was the beginning of the huge negative movement about me on YouTube. Okay? It was. Make no mistake about it. This was 100%.
Yeah, and now the games aren't the reason why people hate you now. Isn't that funny? Back then you could make the case that it was MGS that caused people to hate him, but you could probably argue it was also before that people started to kind of become detractors. It was just the MGS stuff kind of gave them a voice, and it gave them videos because they saw how he responds to them. And it was great. Everyone wanted to get to bait him and trigger him. But now, it's not the games. Now people are not hating on the guy because of how he plays the games anymore. That's not the case. Now, it's because of how he talks to people, how he treats his fans, how he treats everything. That is now what people are shitting on him the most for. And that was a gradual thing. It started to gradually happen over the years he was on YouTube. Which is kind of sad, in my opinion.
Alright? 100%. This was what made the negative movement about me on YouTube. Because these playthroughs, when I first played them,
I love that he thinks that doing redemption runs kind of erases detractors. Like, oh, if I play them good, I shove it to them. But the thing is that now it's not about you playing the game or being bad at games. Because you're still bad at games. You're still bad at them.
Weren't very good. Alright? And people just didn't like that. Oh my god, Phil played this game series that a group of rabid, fanboys defend tooth and nail, and how dare he, and that's what started it all. And then once people started making negative videos about my Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 playthroughs, then they realized, oh shit, these actually got popularity. Then they started doing it for every single playthrough I did, and that's how the whole movement started.
I want to see every
playthrough. And now here we are in 2017, and honestly, let's face it here, folks. This Is How You Don't Play isn't super popular anymore. It died out. Yeah, there's still people who do them. And quite honestly, the videos don't even get nearly as many views as my actual playthroughs.
Maybe they don't get a lot of, they make them regardless of the views. Ever thought of that, Phil? Because, some people make them just because they want to. Like, if he played Skullgirl's second encore, I'd definitely make a This Is How You Don't Play of that. I would. I would easily. That would be my first and only This Is How You Don't Play I'd ever make, and I would not care about the views. That's the thing. A lot of people do this shit for fun because it's kind of whatever. So there you go.
It's just, at this point, there's very few people who actually do it who anyone cares about. It's a small group of circle-jerking idiots, right, who still care about these stupid videos. But the bottom line is, Redemption worked out pretty well for me with Dark Souls 1.
It worked out for him, guys.
Alright.
Dude, he got so salty, he started shitting on everyone that disagreed with him, so it didn't really work out at all. It was kind of a failure, in my opinion. The only people that loved it were the slaves. The DSP slaves. That everyone was like, oh my god, Phil, you're so good at the game. Oh, Phil, take my money. You're so good. Let me just... That's basically the only people that loved it. Not actual people who, made of this I don't play of Dark Souls 1 or whatever, This
is something that I've waited for a long time. Alright,
a long time, alright.
Yes, folks. Let's do it. Seriously. Do you want to see me play MGS 2 and 3 back-to-back in January? An amazing month of me redeeming myself in these games. It'll be white hot in the stream. You're going to have trolls coming in and slamming. You're gonna have...
What is with this saying of white hot? Like... That oh my god, man. I don't even want to say it, but the other thing is that I love how he's like, oh man, the trolls are gonna come in. Trolls get fucking banned. And why is he excited about trolls coming in? He hates fucking trolls. He insults them all the time. He thinks that if you say to him during a multiplayer game that the connection was good, you can get banned for that because you're trolling him. And he's like, oh, the trolls are gonna come in, it's gonna be funny, dude, it's gonna be funny to see the trolls. Yeah, what?
Fans coming in. It's gonna be wars in the stream chat. It's gonna be crazy zaniness, just like it was with Dark Souls last year.
And also, like, why would anyone want to be in a stream chat where it's arguing all the time? Who would hype up a stream like that? Like, yeah, not every stream you want to go to should be like a happy utopia of people. Sure, fair enough, but also don't want to be in a stream chat where it's like everyone's at each other's throats and it can easily escalate. Like, there are times where I've even been on streams or in chat rooms where we had these small, arguments, and it kind of got out of hand because it escalated. It kept escalating, and that's what this would lead into. So we get to his toxic chat getting even more toxic. That's where this would lead. It would get even more fucking toxic, and that's not something that you should try to nurture or hype. To be honest, I mean, that's at least for me. I mean, I don't know. I don't think streams where people are at each other's throats are necessarily pleasant environments to be in. And I've also seen people leave DSP streams just because they don't like the chat. I've seen a lot of people complain about the chat room because it's full of toxic people.
Right? It's gonna be sweet, man.
It's gonna be sweet.
It is. It's gonna be sweet.
Okay. Take a sip.
And like I said, seriously, I need the help because right now I need to be able to stay in this house. So that would be a pretty awesome month. I'm pretty sure that if I did those streams, right, let's say for 2-3 weeks, it was just me doing MGS, I'm pretty sure that would bring out people to support me too, on the streams and help out with the situation.
The only people that will cheer during that time are the usual fucking slaves. It was the same thing with the Twitch and Chill, not the Twitch and Chill, the Twitch event back in October. The only thing you got a surge in were subs. But that was because it was an interactive thing. But no one knew was cheering. No one knew was tipping. It was the same groups of people. And it's gonna be the same fucking shit in the redemption run.
No. I think this is great. All right?
You think it's great?
Let's focus on it. Let's see if we can do it.
Look, it's fine if he thinks that this is a good Patreon goal, but look at the fucking title. It's the best Patreon goal ever. He's overselling it. He overhyped this goal to the point where the actual goal could not possibly live up to it. And that's probably what made a lot of people not like it, is because they thought that it was going to be something bigger and something more grandiose, and instead they get this, the same fucking goal again. It's not the best goal ever, it's the same fucking goal he did earlier this year. If he did, let's say even he did the Dark Souls 1 redemption run as a Patreon goal, this would not be the best Patreon goal ever because he already did this Patreon goal before. And he keeps doing that with his Patreon goals. He keeps saying that these same Patreon goals are new and unique when it's the same fucking goal.
Let's see how it goes. I really, 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 really need your support right now, folks. All right?
Really needs it.
You want to see me be successful? All I can say is pledge to Patreon this month. Let's get this going. Let's hit that goal. Let's do both games, right? Seriously. Let's do this shit. Okay. Now, that's the big patron goal this month. That was the big thing I wanted to really announce because it is the first time talking about it, Hopefully now the word will get out. Of course, you got the salty idiots who don't like me. It's a bad idea. Fuck you. No, really, and I mean it.
Why is he toxic, guys? Why is DSP toxic? I don't get it.
There's people out there who, no matter what I do, they want to say it's a terrible idea, and fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you for having an opinion that's different from mine. How dare you say that a goal I think is perfect is not perfect. Fucking piece of shit. Why? Why are they such... Ugh.
Listen, I need the support right now. I know that those people who followed me for a long time want to see this. It's been something that's been requested over the years, over and over and over, and now I'm finally doing it. So, enough of the whiny little bitches. Let's just get this shit going. That's what I'm
he always shit talks whiny bitches while sounding like a whiny bitch doing it. Kind of funny.
Okay.
It's like
Yolo Dauber asks, when will we see a redemption run with Bloodborne? Good question. Because can tell you this, folks. I definitely want to do a redemption run of Bloodborne, and I'm not going to grind all the game. I will not upper level, not new through for everybody in the course of the playthrough. When more than likely, I'm thinking probably. All right, Dark Souls Redemption 3 DLC. It was a Dark Souls 2. At this point, I'm doing Metal Gear Solid and all this in January. I still probably would not be doing Dark Souls or excuse me, Bloodborne. We'll probably be playing it during the summer. This, you know, the DLC that I never reached here and became this cheerleader for today's stream. Thank you, Miles and D Chess. You're solid 2 and 3. He's basically saying I'm playing a very, very high stakes. You know, this is no exaggeration and no lie. This month in particular, December, anything that you guys can contribute via tips, via Patreon, via Teespring, this is when I need your support the most.
He has been saying this every 2 months. Like, it's insane. He's always nervous, but he can't sell his house, guys. He can't do anything. Nothing he can do. Life is bugged.
Because I want to keep this house.
I don't want to have to keep the house.
Because of the mistake of a fucking asshole in Connecticut who just wanted to take a paycheck and not do his fucking job. And I don't have the money or the means to sue him.
Yeah, okay.
So I gotta find a way to get around this, and it's gonna be stuff like this, doing special events and fundraising.
I have a feeling if he does sue him, that it's not gonna go in DSB's favor, because the tax attorney is probably gonna say to the judge, "Look, I only know the tax laws in Connecticut. I did not know much about Washington tax laws other than it didn't have the state income tax or whatever, and I just assumed that I could just do the same. He should have done his own due diligence because he's the one moving there. I don't know. Maybe he'd win, though.
I may do some special streams where I try to do some fundraising as well. We have to see how the month goes, but
watch the Metal Gear event be the fundraising event.
Hoping that we can get out of this situation. Okay.
Watch.
All right. Hold on a second here.
All right. I actually want to see this other video. That Mr. Hoof put up. I was gonna do a video on DSP Gaming rants on Elsagate. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. If I decide, I'll let you guys know.
Did a 10-bit share and says, if you're playing Metal Gear Solid in January, when is Sunshine? I've been looking forward to that since October. Well, the bottom line is, I just played 2 Mario games. I just played.
He just played 2 Mario games, but he wants to do 2 Metal Gear games in 1 month. He did like 3 Sonic games in 1 month. 4. He did 4 Sonic games: Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic Mania, and Sonic Forces. But he can't do more than 2 Mario games, guys. That's just insane. Okay.
Mario plus Rabbids, right? Kingdom Battle. That went through August and all through September. And then immediately in October, I started playing Super Mario Odyssey. And that was played for another full month. I'm being real with you. No, I'm not playing Sunshine right now. It just can't happen. I just did an entire month where I did a playthrough that was like 25 to 30 hours long. And I made no money on it on YouTube. Sorry, you know, it is going to happen. I've promised you guys, yes, the Sunshine playthrough is going to happen. Absolutely.
I am telling you, he's not going to fucking do it. He's going to keep delaying it until people forget about that game. He's slowly picking up the pillow, and he's slowly putting it over Mario Sunshine's face, and he's slowly killing the playthrough. He's slowly doing that. He's not going to play Mario Sunshine. He's not. He fucking isn't. There was a part of me, by the way, thinking that, oh, I was wrong. I'm going to eat my words because he's going to play in January. Now he's not, so I really don't believe he's going to ever do it. So, you know.
Absolutely. It's just not going to happen, until I get to a position where I can afford to do another playthrough that I'm not going to get paid for, all right?
He got paid to play this game, though.
Okay. It's just not.
And he's primarily a Twitch streamer. He makes he makes money on Twitch now. He literally said, like, not even a month ago, that he's done with YouTube. Oh, I'm so glad I'm done with YouTube. You know what? People are gonna be upset about it, but you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta do what's best for me, and the Twitch streams are profitable, okay? So I'm not a YouTube, I don't care about YouTube anymore. He literally fucking said that, and now he's like, well, my YouTube revenue, guys, I need it. Even though I don't make enough money on YouTube, I need my YouTube revenue. Okay, he's lying about something, apparently.
I need to be making money to pay these bills, or else I can't even be here anymore to stream. And the bottom line is, you can expect that. I will preface this immediately, folks. You will hear people in the next month saying that Phil is not playing Super Mario Sunshine. He's not fulfilling his promises to
He's
the patrons.
not.
He's done it again.
He has done it
money,
again.
and these people are pieces of human shit. These people don't care if I'm playing Sunshine or not.
I care. I wanted you to play Mario Sunshine. I did not pay for you to fucking play it, but I was excited to see that won the poll. But you're slowly killing the playthrough. Fuck you, Phil. You're a piece of shit.
These people are just people who are assholes who want to spin everything they basically can to say that I'm a bad human and I'm a thief. The usual people.
Then why did you rig the poll? If you're such a great person, why did you lie to your patrons and say, "Oh, well, Mario Sunshine won," but that was a fake win, really, guys. Really, what won was this game which wasn't the game that won. I don't even remember what game he played instead. It was some dumb game, probably. I don't even remember.
I superbly promise to you that I'm going to be playing Super Mario. I superbly promise to you that I'm going to be playing Super Mario Sunshine. Okay? But that's life, folks, is that things happen. Guess what? When we were doing all this back in, September, and people were picking games for Patron's Choice and all of that, and all this was happening, that was when I got the news about these taxes. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? And I didn't reveal it until early October.
Oh, no. I thought you mentioned the tax thing. No, but he danced around it in early October. Okay, never mind. But the reason why this is a big deal for people is that if shit happens and that shit could just so happen ruin a Patreon goal and cause that goal to not actually happen, then what's the motivation to ever pledge again? That's the thing that you'll really need to think about. If you pledge his Patreon goal, you hit the goal, and then you vote for the game you want, or whatever, and then he's like, well, shit happens, I can't do it. Then why would you ever pledge again? It's the same thing that happened with Project 7. A lot of people stop pledging because it's like, well, if you're just gonna take money and not, do anything with it, then why would you ever pledge again? So, obviously the only people that are pledging to his goals are very dedicated slaves that want to give him absurd amount of money on Patreon, which, it's their money. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. But, the common person that's been usually donating might not donate ever again. They may not even give a fuck to support this guy if life can just take away goals at that point. Like, he promised Mario Sunshine, and now he's telling us that life is robbing the patrons of that goal. So if life can rob from DSP and the patrons, then why would they ever donate to a guy that can get robbed? I don't know. I don't know, man. Good question.
Yeah, when I said, oh, I'm going to play Sunshine next year, right? Which is what I said. I said more than likely January. Never promised January, but I said more than likely January.
See, weaseling his way out. Okay, sure. He said, oh, I said I never promised January, but that's like Nixon saying, look, I never said I didn't do Watergate. I just said I don't think it was me. I don't know. That was a terrible example. That was terrible. Okay, that's like me saying, I never said that example would be great, okay? And it's like, I don't know, it's another bad example. Theo tries at failing at examples.
I was of the understanding that everything was going to remain the same. Well, guess what? Things have changed, okay? Things have changed, and sadly, I need to raise money to keep my house. Once that's done, all right? Once that's done, then we can get to Sunshine, and it will happen. But it's not going to happen right now. And here we go. Fuck all these idiots. I'm literally banning every piece of shit who's in the stream chat, who's just there to talk shit. You're gone. Because that's all I see. I know who these people fucking are. And they were waiting the entire pre-stream for me to answer this question to try to spin it negative. That's something that I did wrong.
No one has to spin it, Phil. It just sounds bad to begin with because you were paid to play Sunshine and you keep delaying it. You're just gonna delay it to oblivion. It's done. It's fucking done. You know what? Honestly, at this point, he should just say, "Look, I can't do it. Fuck you." Garbage, man.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, really. Fuck you. And I mean that. Fuck you. You fucking pieces of shit. You're only here to make me look bad.
Uh-huh.
Right? You're not here to have fun. You're not here to watch the fucking content. You're not here to fucking...
Yeah, how dare you be upset that I took $12.50 of people's money and all these people wanted Mario Sunshine and I'm gonna constantly delay the game. Fuck you for being upset about that. That's stupid. You guys should be okay with me taking your money and not doing what you voted. Okay? Okay.
You're here to be dicks.
You're here to be dicks.
You say, oh, Phil said he was going to play Sunshine. He's not playing it. This is a black and white issue. The mentality of a 5-year-old. So he's in the wrong. Let's all make videos about it right now. Go ahead. Run off and make your fucking bullshit videos that are completely factually incorrect. I never promised I was playing Sunshine in January.
So it's factually incorrect to say that the patrons voted for Mario Sunshine and that game won, and the patrons event promised a Patreon playthrough? Okay. Yeah. I guess I made that up, guys. Oops.
I said I would probably play it in January. I did promise it would happen. But now, somehow, circumstances have changed. All right?
Then what's to say that the circumstance won't change, next year in the summer? Who's to say it's never going to stop changing? Why? Why would anyone believe you then?
I need to keep my fucking house.
He needs his house, guys.
So, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Go to hell.
Go to hell.
Get the fuck out. And, I need to continue doing what I'm doing right now. Right now, I really need to focus on putting out quality stuff for you guys, being entertaining, raising funds, and keeping my house. And then when all that's settled, then I can play Super Mario Sunshine. I'll play through that. Nintendo will claim all my ad revenue on, right?
But you stream primarily on Twitch. You make money on Twitch.
Time to grow the fuck up.
Oh my god. Grow the fuck up. Be an intelligent human being. Alright, now we're gonna get to the fucking forums. And this might take a little bit longer. This video is too long as it is, TBH. But let's get straight into what DSP has posted. So this guy posted that he doesn't think that it's a good goal. I think that the trolls will pay to see him play it. He doesn't know, but it might be interesting if he turns off stream chat and plays it cold. But will he do that? No, he won't. So he said it's not special for him, sadly, etc. That's a fine opinion. And this guy is kind of a DSP fan. I've recognized some of his posts, and he's fine. I don't know necessarily everything. Public trust. Alright, let's... Even Nick comes in and says, he says, I don't see the issue on what the issue is. Just because stream chat is on doesn't mean his hand is being held. Is it not possible to get good at the game while talking to other people? Just put a rule against backseat gaming. The thing, Nick, if you're watching this video, you should really understand Phil at this point. He will clearly use stream chat to hold his hand. His fans, his slaves, will hold his hand regardless. I could definitely see if MGS2 wins, he will get to the Fortune boss fight, and he'll be like, what did I do? And then Brightside Viking will come in, and he'll say, oh, Phil, you don't have to fight the guy, just wait. I'm like, I wonder if I don't do anything, and I just stay here and wait to see what happens. Look, dude, I waited. It's gonna be that, or people are saying that all I have to do is not do anything. It's gonna be that. So Phil comes in and says, yeah, no. People have asked for this for years. Who? When I did my Dark Souls Redemption run a year ago. He did that earlier this year. Okay. The first question is that popped up on day 1. Would I do MGS2 Redemption Run? Because those are the games I've played the worst historically. Debatably, you could probably maybe say that you played other games worse than that game, to be honest. Sorry, I'm not falling for your dumb fuck troll bait. Okay. The small handful of accounts post up in all of the positive threads on the site being negative and saying ideas are awful. You are awful. Good thing to say. You don't represent the majority of viewers, and literally outside of Nick and Woof, none of you are patrons, nor have you ever contributed in any way. You're just turds ready to drop on anything positive or good suggested on the site. However, people have also argued, I think even Nick might have brought this up, someone in this thread brought this up. The whole point of Patreon is to get people to be motivated to donate, right? If they don't feel motivated by the goal to donate, they're not going to donate. And that's the thing. Phil keeps going between this narrative of Patreon being, oh, the goal is supposed to motivate you, or the point of Patreon isn't the goals, it's to support the content creator. You know, it's one or the other. This says you've literally said in another thread you don't want to see Demon Souls. Don't want to see Bloodborne, don't want to see anything, so close your fucking eyes then and leave the rest to us. But he's giving you his opinion. Like, yeah, you might disagree with that, Phil, but he's just stating an opinion. Just because he doesn't think it's special doesn't mean that he's an asshole or that, his point isn't valid, but whatever, let's continue. It gets worse. He responds to Lucky Fall that says, thanks for letting me know. My Twitch sub means nothing to you. I've actually been making suggestions on the forums instead of being negative. This is the first time I've not agreed on a suggestion because it really is not that special in my opinion, and even that's only because I wasn't here for the original, so the Redemption Run is not that interesting for me. The vast majority of people have seen that this I don't play and or seen how bad my first runs of 2 and 3 were, as they've been infamous on YouTube as evidence that DSP is a horrid gamer. You could go to any game and you can see that he's a bad gamer, TBH. But again, no one would give a fuck if he just admits that he's a bad gamer or whatever. But instead he says, I ranked 4th at EVO, I'm the best gamer in the country, actual quote. I could be good at games if I want to. So there you go. So this event is 100% in line with the idea of a redemption run. Just because you're in the vast minority doesn't mean the idea isn't a good one. It just means you're an outlier to what I'm trying to reach here. What I'm trying to reach here. Okay, and you've proven my point. You're not a Patreon pledgee at all. You enjoy the daily streams, but the fundraising effort obviously isn't aimed at you, so no reason to shit on it then. Okay, Phil, remember that when you switch your Patreon and make Twitch subs more relatable to your Patreon, because if you have this mentality, that Twitch sub will mean a lot to you. And guess what? Since this guy is kind of saying that he's not going to be a Twitch sub anymore, you're going to be wondering why you don't have a Twitch sub anymore. Just saying. Savage? Oh, okay, Nick. No, that wasn't a savage response. He has very low bars for his master, but, Nick is a fucking idiot to begin with, but whatever. I'm not even going to read the rest of these, because then this video will be too long, right? So, DSP comes in responding to Black Spawn, saying, and DSP says, I haven't played MGS since MGS5, which was incredibly dumbed down, while he bragged about getting S ranks in that game, and the easiest in the entire series, but he bragged about the S ranks in the game. I haven't played MGS2 and 3 since the only playthroughs I have of them. Trust me, hard difficulty will not be needed, yet it will be needed Honestly, I suck at playing MGS, on hard difficulties. I suck at them, but I played MGS 3 on hard, and that's a lot of fun. Normal is okay. It's like okay challenge, but it's not too hard. He should be playing on hard, to be honest. That's a better difficulty to play on, but whatever. He won't because he's a fucking baby. I won't know what the hell I'm doing. It's really not that hard of a game. Really, the gameplay of MGS3 is so fucking easy. Even with 2, the only difficulty I had in 2 was trying to get the retina scanner to work. Trying to grab that soldier, it's a bitch, TBH. Considering I'll actually be trying to do well, which is the whole point of these playthroughs, will be challenging and very different from the start. Okay. Then he goes down to say, sorry, but you're incredibly ignorant. How you're not seeing the multiple accounts with limited to no posts in the thread immediately shitting on the goal. How do you not see the original poster of this thread, who is someone who has pretty much said every single Patreon goal I've ever created sucked, again shitting on the goal. The guy in question is talking about the OP. I don't think he has ever shot on a lot of goals. He probably shot on some, but he's been pretty whatever in general, and he is clearly a current member. But the idea of people making accounts just to shut on the goals, they're obviously detractors trolling me, dude. Okay, but what if that a person who doesn't really have a voice, who doesn't really have anything that they want to say ever, decides to make a forum account to say something because Phil reads the forums. It's kind of the same paranoia people had earlier on, where they all thought that everyone was the same member, the same band account. Everyone's a Saga account with this guy. I know it. There's a comment thread here, and it's not me shitting on people who criticize things. Okay. It's that the people exist only to spread negativity around everything I do, and you just bought it hook, line, and sinker. Okay. Because there's no way a person would ever want to make a forum account to talk to Phil, right? Funny how these very forums, when I set up my Dark Souls Redemption run 1 year ago, less than a year ago, but okay, everyone was saying he has to do a Metal Gear immediately. Now I do it, and immediately it's not any good. Yeah, again, no, sorry, not only, oh my god, I'm like really tired. Not only don't I buy it, I'm tired of it. Jesus, that's a weird way to say that. But no, the reason why that the people who want you to do the Metal Gear Redemption run haven't really said anything is because they're gone. They left. But whatever. I played these games only once 5 to 6 years ago, and okay, I don't really read that again. Does it say anything else that's of any use? I think I'm just gonna end the video, to be honest. I don't think there's anything. Okay, we'll touch on this one. So he says the legitimate criticisms were, this does not appeal to me. Don't do something better. Phil doesn't get it. Phil just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. He's already played the games. He'll have to play on hard difficulty if he wants any attention. That's true. And then other people basically agreeing with one of the three. The first two are completely invalid because they don't actually provide any suggestions or for improvement. Okay, I don't need to just know if something is bad. I need to know what is better. And sadly, nobody has provided a damn thing better than what I'm proposing here. But the saying, the person doesn't know what they want or something. Like, that's the other thing. He's the one running the fucking Patreon. He's the one making the goals. Why is it why is it everyone else's responsibility to make up goals for him? Like, that's the thing that also kind of pisses me off about how he runs Patreon. It's always, guys, tell me what to do with my Patreon. I don't know what to do with it. Guys, tell me what to do. Tell me. Like, it's your fucking Patreon. You fucking do it. You want the money. Earn it. The third, although it would be valid if I just played the games, think Crash Bandicoot, for example, doesn't apply here. I played MGS 2 and 3 when the following things were different. I didn't live stream. Why does that fucking matter? You can play the game on hard. Shut up. Fucking baby. I didn't use direct capture. What does that have to do with playing the game on hard? What does that have to do with what does that have to do with that? Nothing. Those two things are irrelevant to playing the game on hard. How are these two things stopping him from playing the game on hard? Let me know in the comments. I didn't take the game seriously, frequently ignoring on-screen tutorials. Okay. I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. That's fucking okay. I constantly said whatever I wanted, including insulting jokes about game developers, i.e. Kojima, just to get a rise out of my audience. Sure, that's why you said it. In addition, I haven't played these games for 5 or 6 years. There's no way I'm going to remember much, if anything, at all about them. Recently, installments, MGS5, are modernized and dumbed down. There's absolutely no reason for me to play on a harder difficulty unless I want to fuck myself over, never finish them, and ruin everything. You know, like the same people. Okay, playing on hard is not that fucking bad. If they tricked you into playing European Extreme, I could understand that, Phil. But they're not telling you to play on European Extreme. These playthroughs would be completely different from the first ones in tons of ways. No. And would pretty much feel like I'm playing the games cold. Not really, because I guarantee when he plays the game, it will just be full of, I remember this, I remember. As I have no real recollections of much of the games to begin with, so saying the gold doesn't appeal to me just because it's too similar and I've already seen it logically makes no fucking sense. How does that make no sense? Because when they're saying that it's similar, it means that it's similar to them. Like, it might not be similar to DSP because he's playing it differently, but it's basically the same because he's playing if he's playing the game cold during the redemption run, he played the game cold back then, so it's the same fucking shit. Is he trying to really say that back then he was doing a bit? Like, oh, I was playing a character. Sure, okay. Sure. If you actually want to give constructive criticism in this thread, do it, fine, do it, but just saying it's not good enough or it's too similar to old playthroughs with no logic behind it and no suggestions for improvement is a complete waste of everyone's time. Yeah, sure, okay. I can literally delete the entire first page of this thread and nothing of value would be lost. See my point here? That's why I get frustrated and react like I do. So, basically, we have to be okay with him acting like a baby when people disagree with him. Okay. That makes sense. It's the passive-aggressive bullshit, this desire to tear down every suggestion or idea I have as bad as than the utter lack of suggesting anything better or even backing up the fact that it's so bad with any logical that oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm like fucking this up. Any logic that pisses me off, royalty, and it happens all the time here on these forums. But again, do people have to like hold your hand about every fucking thing? They can't just say something's bad and not give constructive criticism. Like every time that he criticizes things, he doesn't give constructive criticism either. He's guilty of the same fucking shit. But again, it's his Patreon. He needs to fucking come up with his own goals. And again, no one would. I would not care about this at all if he just fucking just said, okay, this is the goal for December. It's Metal Gear Solid Redemption Run. There you go. But instead, it's like, it's gonna be the best goal ever. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be tremendous. It's gonna blow your mind. Your mind is gonna be blown. You're gonna be, you're gonna get out of your seat. You're gonna, slap your face until you realize you're in reality. You're gonna fucking spit water all over the place because this goal is gonna be so earth-shattering amazing. If he didn't oversell it, no one would be complaining this much about it. But he oversold it. He hyped it up so much that it could not possibly live up to the actual goal. Alright, that's it for this video. I talked enough. Thank you for watching. If you stuck through this whole entire video, made to this point, Jesus, guys. I mean, fuck. Hashtag I did it. I survived. Hashtag I survived this video. There you go. See you next time.